Hello, my lovely Cancers. Welcome to your reading for August 2023. My name is Natasha, also known as Nourish Natasha. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or if you have a stellium, be sure to check out all those things. Remember that some of this might be for you, some of it might be for another Cancer, but we're going to go ahead and get on into it. I'm going to shuffle a little bit, and we're going to talk about it. So this is for the month of August. Upcoming in August, we have 2 full moons. So when we have 2 full moons in a month, it is actually a blue moon, the second one, because that doesn't happen very often. It happens around every 33 months. But we have a full moon in Aquarius and then a full moon in Pisces with a new moon in Leo right in the middle. Yeah, we have a lot of retrogrades happening. Pretty much what we're going to do today is a past, present, future spread, but with using different decks for each of them. So we'll start with the past, what was going on back in July. The one thing I will say is because we do have that blue moon next month, I am doing a sale on everything I offer, all my courses, my personal readings, so if you'd like a personal reading. And I do have a 30-day witchcraft and wellness challenge ebook if you're a baby witch you wanted to learn. That is also going to be on sale. It's 22% off with the code Blue Moon. So it's Blue Moon, all caps, no spaces. You get 22% off for the whole month of August. So the links will be in the description box for all those things. Get yourself a personal reading. If you want to know what is going on for you specifically, I do personal readings just like this. 20-30 minutes, video readings. You get 22% off. So that being said, let's see what's going on for Cancer in the month of August. What was going on in the past, first of all? What was happening in July? What was going on in the past for Cancer? What was going on? Chaos mode doesn't seem to want to work, so we'll pull the old-fashioned way. The 3 of Cups was at the bottom of the deck when we started Cancer. I don't know if you noticed that, but this is focusing on the healthy relationships with your friends, people around you, your inner circle, celebrating, you know, going out and having fun and doing the things with your friends. And more so, I think for you, Cancer, it's like really focusing on, you know, the people that are really there for you and the people that, you know, want to see you succeed. It's like focusing on that inner circle instead of kind of like the people who aren't there for you, you know, and really nourishing those relationships with those people that you really care about. 3 of Cups. Yeah, so I just pulled, you know, a decent amount of cards for you, Cancer, for the past. I really see you stepping into heavy like boss energy. We had the Father of Swords and the Father of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles. So the culmination of all the kings make the Emperor in the tarot, which is like the big boss. And, you know, we have the Father of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles, the King of Earth and the King of Air here. And I think this is you really putting, I want to say pedal to the metal, but more so like you're getting your grind on, right? You're using your intellect and your knowledge and your things that you know to put it into practice, to make yourself some money, to get started on a project, something that is going to make you money or be beneficial for you in the material realm, Father of Pentacles. And you're kind of like using everything you know and translating it from the mind to the physical, right? The Father of Swords, the King of Swords is the mind, the intellect, that's swords, and then Pentacles is the material, the physical. So it's like you're putting pen to paper, I feel, of like all your really good ideas. You're actually bringing them into reality in a way that is going to lead you to abundance. But you're also pretty tapped into, you know, the watery energy that you are, Cancer. We have the Son of Cups or the Page of Cups with the Mother of Cups / Queen of Cups. Really being in control of your emotions, emotionally mature, you know, while you're still able to kind of have the fun, flirty energy of the Page of Cups with this 3 of Cups at the bottom, again, with your friends. It's like, it's emotionally mature because, like I said, it's with the people that actually care about you, that you actually enjoy being around, that aren't causing like the negative emotions, that are causing more the positive emotions and making it so you are able to find some emotional stability. Now, besides that, we do have a decision to be made here, my lovely Cancers. We have the Justice and we have the 2 of Swords. Both cards, you can see there's swords on both, of duality, of 2 different things. The scales are weighing. You know, Justice is the card of Libra and a lot of the times karmic justice, but I see this more so as a decision that you need to make. I think this is in the realm of the material, again, like We have the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups here. It's this decision to walk away from, you know, the Eight of Cups is walking away from old cups that didn't serve you, old things that might at one time have been treasure to you, but they're not anymore. They're not serving you anymore. We have to walk away from that. The artist described this card as like, stop eating trash, basically. Like the octopus you can see here is trying to like eat all these empty plastic cups. We got to stop doing that because, you know, we don't want, I think it's really walking away from the Five of Pentacles into the Eight of Pentacles, really, because it's like, this is what we don't want. This is financial loss, hardship, your harvest is rotted, right? We want, the Eight of Pentacles, a harvest that is going to be abundant, but this is grind. This is hard work. The Eight of Pentacles is like the long-term, long period of like working really hard. You know how like there's those montages like in Rocky, the montage of Rocky, like learning how to fight and whatever. But it was actually over a span of like a few months, but it's cut really short to, you know, that's kind of the Eight of Pentacles. It's like that long, hard montage, except it's not cut short. It's a lot of hard work. And you know that in order to get out of the Five of Pentacles, the rotted harvest, the harvest that isn't serving you, you need to walk away from that energy and into the Eight of Pentacles. And it's not going to be easy. It's hard work. And I think you're just trying to make the decision of like how to do that, how you want to go about that without getting too overwhelmed, without overworking or, you know, getting into kind of like a toxic work situation. You're like, how can I balance these two things, right? How can I, you know, balance the work and the play, right? The Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. How can I balance that? And that's what I think you've been working on in the past, Cancer. You know, good job, I would say. What has Cancer got going on in the present? Yeah, the month of July was heavy on the balancing act, heavy on the moving out of the Five of Pentacles. I still think there is some type of decision to be made with the Two of Swords. That's like half the deck. We don't need that. Thank you. Can I get some messages for Cancer for the present, please? That's better. Nine of Wands. Final countdown, friends. Final stretch. Final push. You're almost there. You're so close. The Nine of Wands is like, you're so close you can almost taste it, but there still is a little bit of hard work to go. Like it is, you're almost there. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're almost at the top of that hill, but there's still that last final push. And a lot of the times that last final push is the hardest. I was on this hike recently in California. I went to visit my friend and we did this just super mega intense hike, and the literal like last stretch of it was like the most steepest, like straight uphill, and the sun had just come out because by that time the sun was out, and like, oh my god, we started at like 6 a.m. and didn't finish until 9, and by that time it was already, I was dying, and that was that last stretch, but I did it. I finished it. That's the Nine of Wands energy. We have the Ten of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So we had in the past the Five of Pentacles, and here we actually have the Six of Pentacles. I thought it was 5 because it has the 5 pentacles up here in the sky, but then the Sixth Pentacle is actually down there by the scales. So this is really moving out of that Five of Pentacles energy by, again, bringing balance into the situation, finding balance. The Six of Pentacles is a card of equal give and receive, equal give and take. If you have been the giver, maybe it's time to take a little bit. If you've been the taker, maybe it's time to give a little bit. You know, you have to bring it into balance. There is a Taurus symbol on here as well in the scales, but again, it's balancing the energy of give and take. And how do you do that? Because a lot of the times, I love the Cancers, my best friend's a Cancer stellium, you give a lot. It's time to set some boundaries. Queen of Swords. We had the card of Libra Justice and the Two of Swords. Again, that Libra energy. This is also Libra air energy. But the Queen of Swords is the queen of boundaries. She sets boundaries and she brings down that sword. She's not afraid to bring down that sword and cut off things that are not serving her. She's not afraid to actually, again, ask for things instead of just giving all the time. She is also able to receive or cut off if she's giving too much, or if someone's taking too much, she's able to cut that off. That's what you need to embody, Cancer, so you can get to that 10 of Cups, so you can get to that complete and total success and fulfillment and emotional happiness, and that is also a card of celebration. That's like the big celebration. It's like a wedding or like a 10-year anniversary or 25 or 50-year anniversary. It's like that mega celebration of having it all. If you want to get to that, you have to complete this last stretch and learn the arts of both giving and receiving and set some boundaries, and then we can get that 10 of Cups. Page of Wands, going on an adventure fueled by your passions. Yes, definitely. I think if you're trying to make that decision on which way to go, the answer is to follow your passion. We have the Death card here. What's going along with the Death card? Judgment. Ooh. The High Priestess, all major arcana, and the Emperor. My goodness, Cancer. Present and the Wheel of Fortune. Jeez. 5 major arcana, just one right after the other. Yeah. So, you need to let the old die, because Judgment Day is coming. This is up level, this is graduation, and if you're not ready, it's not coming. If you're not ready, this is going to be rough. This is the Reckoning, the Judgment Day, and if you have not done the work of the Death card, Judgment Day is going to be not fun. It's ascending to your highest self, your favorite self, your highest purpose, but only if you're ready. And if you haven't done the work of the Death card and you haven't set those boundaries, Cancer, you might not be ready for that Judgment Day. But if you are ready, right, if you've done the work, you've let what needed to go, to die go, you've done the Death card, you've let go of the old, you're stepping into this wonderful new cycle of being your own boss, of trusting your intuition, of self-trust, right? The Emperor, card of Aries. Big boss, what did I say at the beginning? The Emperor is the culmination of all the kings. And according to the past, you have 2 of those down. The King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. You are good. Now we just need the King of Wands and the King of Cups to master that Emperor energy. And the Wheel of Fortune is a new cycle, good fortune. But this is a new cycle based on your intuition, the High Priestess, self-trust. Self-trust, self-trust. You know what is best for you, Cancer. You know that you are the boss, the leader of your own life. And that's that new cycle. But again, it's only coming if you have learned the lessons, if you have done the work that had to be done in the Death card. And the Death card, people are afraid of because, Death card, but it is the card of rebirth. It is letting go of the old to make space for the new. After something dies, something else is reborn. What's going on in the future? The Page of Wands again with the Devil. The Devil traditionally is the card of the shadow self, temptation, ties that bind. Not necessarily great things, but it is also a card of mastery. And this is you mastering the Page of Wands. It's the second time we have the Page of Wands here. You mastering the ability to walk away from what is not lighting your fire any longer. You can see here in this Page of Wands, he's walking away. He's walking away from somebody. And he's like, nope, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to follow my own dreams. I'm going to follow what I want to do. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. With your friends, with support, with again, what did I say at the beginning? With the 3 of Cups, the people that actually want what's best for you and the people that actually support you, moving forward with them. But you are taking a moment to figure out what that actually is. What does that moving forward look like? I think, with the Judgment and that new cycle in the present and the future, it's like, okay, you have passed the test. I always think of Judgment as Galadriel in Lord of the Rings in the Fellowship of the Ring, when she tries to take the ring from Frodo, but she succeeds in not taking it, and she's like, I've passed the test. I will diminish and go in the west, or whatever she says. But she passed the test. She faced her Judgment Day and she passed. And that's gonna be you in the future, but you're kind of taking a moment now to figure out what it is that you want. 3 of Wands. It is a bit of a delay, but it is a delay because you're figuring out the journey. You're like, okay, I've passed that test. I've had this death and rebirth. I trust myself now to walk away from what doesn't serve me, to follow my passions, and to walk away from that devil energy. Now what? 8 of Cups again. We had the 8 of Cups in the past We have it now in the future, except it's a little bit different here. This Eight of Cups actually has two people on it. One person has walked away, and then another person has come to like look at those cups. And this could be you maybe revisiting an old cup, one that you may have let go of or maybe put to the side. I'm thinking more so that you can now come back to, maybe one that like you couldn't focus on because of kind of what was happening, you know, because you were kind of on this journey. You're able to kind of maybe pick up some old things that kind of, again, they served you at one time. Maybe they kind of lost their purpose, or like they lost their purpose and their way because you lost your way, and now you're able to revisit. Or honestly, it might be that you're revisiting these old things and taking a look at them again and being like, oh, I didn't really need that thing. Like, oh, I made the right decision in letting it go. Or, oh, you know, while you're taking that time before you start that new journey, you're like, let me just make sure that I don't want, it's very retrograde, honestly, because we have like so many retrogrades happening in the month of August. It's that Venus, Mercury, kind of all the Saturn retrogrades, all the retrogrades energy of like looking at the stuff from the past and being like, I actually don't want this anymore. I'm glad that I put it down. I think that's going to be you, Cancer. And moving into the Nine of Pentacles energy from the Two of Pentacles energy. Again, in the past, we had that Eight of Pentacles, that working very hard, Two of Swords, Justice, that balance kind of energy. The Two of Pentacles suggests kind of imbalance, you know, too much work, not enough work, and more play, not, you know, it's a very imbalance between like work and life. You're going to find that balance, and it's going to lead to the Nine of Pentacles. Abundant, independent, being your own daddy energy. Like, you know, it's the precursor to the Ten of Pentacles, which is having it all, right? It's like the long-term abundance and continued abundant harvests instead of the Nine of Pentacles being kind of like a harvest for you and you alone, like a again, that independent kind of energy. Something's coming in fast. We got the Eight of Wands. What's coming in hot, coming in fast once Cancer can step into this future energy? What's coming in fast? Judgment again. It's like another up level is going to come in so fast because you've done the work, Cancer. Another upgrade, another judgment day, another ascension to an even higher level. Like, you've already passed one test and there's another one coming, and you're going to smash it with flying colors. You're going to breeze through that. Like the Eight of Wands, you're going to be like, yep, done, did it. Already know what I'm doing because I've done this before. Yeah, the best stories produce better stories. You're like, done it, let's do another one. Let's keep going. Let's keep writing this story. Like, you are, like, you're on fire, Cancer. The dream always comes disguised as the nightmare with just passing through. The dream always comes disguised as the nightmare. Sometimes when you first start something, it's a little rough. Starting your own business, hard, rough, definitely scary. But it comes disguised as a nightmare. The dream comes disguised as the nightmare. If you can push through that little bit of time, again, just passing through, where it is very hard, where it does kind of seem like a nightmare, like, again, especially when you're like a small business, like, it is a bit of a nightmare getting yourself up off the ground, and like, you know, you don't have like a steady income. You don't have that kind of steadiness that like a full-time like 9-to-5 has, but the dream is coming. That's not to say to ignore reality. We have yield to reality and come back down to earth here, very grounding energy. Don't get too caught up in like the really rapid change and forward movement. The Eight of Wands and Judgment, you know, these big life changes one right after another. Stay grounded, come back down to earth. We don't want to get too ungrounded, because that's when the nightmare stays the nightmare, right? Where it does not become the dream, when you get too distracted and too flighty and too just like ungrounded. Yeah, if you feel yourself getting that way, where you get too like anxious and too ungrounded, padded room, go find yourself a padded room. In this case, it's a tropical vacation. Find that place where you can kind of, you know, take some time to rest and to get grounded again before maybe you face that next judgment day, that next reckoning. If you're like, I've had enough, one is quite enough, like I Can't handle another right now. Maybe it's time to, again, yield to reality, come back down to earth for a second, find yourself your safe space, your padded room, and then come and face that judgment again, because I know you're ready for it, Cancer. I know you're going to pass the test. But, you know, sometimes we just have to recalibrate. We have to reground ourselves and then take on the next thing. Snip, snip. You got to cut something off. It's that 5 of Pentacles, right? You know, we have to cut off the dead plants so the rest of the plant can continue to thrive. Cut off the dead things. Cut off, like, those branches that are, like, just not serving you anymore. The old dead things that have just, like, kind of been there and are just, like, hanging out, and you're like, why is it still here? Like, it's not doing anything. It's hindering my growth. Cut it off. And that's where the software update is going to happen, my friends. That's when that next judgment is going to come through. If you feel like, you know, you need to come back down to earth for a little bit, a great grounding exercise is cutting off those old dead things. If you want to make it through this other fast judgment that is really coming your way, this other really fast up-leveling, if you need a break before that, take the time to, like, trim the hedges, and that's where the software update is going to come in, my lovely Cancers. This is really wonderful. I love this for y'all. Again, if you want a personal reading, you can book one with the code Blue Moon for 22% off. Don't forget to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I will have full moon tarot readings and yoga classes and new moon for all the things happening in August. So subscribe, come join us. I do also have a membership here on YouTube where we do live yoga, live tarot, live new moon and full moon workshops. Just hit that join button. I have all the things. All the links will be in the description box below, and I'll see you next time, Cancer.